Hi, Adora.
Welcome in, subjects. Welcome to another part of this series that I don't have a name for yet because Gamerviews sounds too much like game reviews. Today I'm joined by Alluring Allegro. Allegro, go ahead and say hi.
Hi, I'm Allegro. That's me.
Heck yeah. Today we are playing Fall Guys.
Wahoo! I'm not good at this game.
I think
this was a terrible interview game choice for me, but
I
that's
think
okay.
you're great at this game. I can't believe you would have doubts in yourself.
What's your crown level again?
My level is 19. I have 142 crowns.
Dear Lord.
So Allegro, to start us off, tell us about yourself. Who is Alluring Allegro?
I am a non-binary, mixed, black, indigenous, variety game streamer, self-described Silly Siren, broken jukebox, shower star, board game player, etc., etc. I also was once, an environmental scientist, but shrug.
I feel like Fall Guys rounds are longer than you would think, normally. In my head, at least.
Yeah.
So we have enough time to get 2 crowns, as long as I'm not fisted outside of the arena like I just was. Hi, Raglan here. Speaking of using fists for things, you should turn your fist into a claw and move your mouse using that claw to the like button, please. Thank you. Have a good day. Bye.
This fan wants to ruin my life, and I will not let it.
Yeah, because you're too motivated. Speaking of motivations...
Epic segue.
Allegro, tell us, what was your motivation for streaming when you started out, and has that changed?
So I actually, didn't really know anything about Twitch much besides, I'm a D&D nerd, and so, my friend got me into Critical Role once upon a time, and they obviously do streaming on Twitch. And that was kind of my only interaction with Twitch for a while. And then 2 of my friends started, one of them had been streaming for a little bit, and I just didn't know about it. And another friend had started streaming on YouTube. And I just, I don't know, I enjoyed, stopping by their streams. It was not something I had really understood before that. And then the pandemic was super a thing that happened. And at one point during that pandemic, I was a student who was not quite taking classes, but also not graduating yet. And I was only working part-time. And I had gotten a friend to help me build a gaming computer. And I was a theater kid, but I was also a very shy theater kid. So this was a really cool way for me to perform from the safety of my room once I had the means to do so. But the thing is that the bigger the audience, the easier it is for me to perform. And it's because I can't see people's faces, right?
Right.
The faster something gets depersonalized, the easier it is for me to do. It's I don't have to see my audience, but I still get to interact with them. I feel those are all of my motivations, and I feel generally speaking, they have continued to be that.
We are destroying our competition right now.
Oh god, oh no.
Why did I say anything? So, next question. How did you land on your passions? How did you get to enjoying the things that you love?
I think it all started when I was just a babe. And also Disney had a chokehold on media still. Hercules,
Yep.
and how they really made a choice to have the muses be a gospel choir, basically. Just full of talented black women. Yeah, I watched that as a child and was singing is the best thing ever, actually. I really loved Hercules and Mulan, and as much as Disney is evil, I love a lot of Disney music. I was listening to Pink, I was listening to Motown, I was listening to Brazilian jazz, I was listening to rap. It was all of the genres. So yeah, I just got to listen to a lot of awesome music and do a lot of singing and dancing even. I hated ballet growing up, actually. I was forced to take ballet in order to do other dance classes. Eventually that led to me getting to try other things like jazz dance, tap dance. I loved tap dance. And then eventually I discovered social dancing. Swing dance is amazing. I love social dances. I haven't gotten to do it because, panini, but social dancing,
Real quick,
amazing.
don't forget that the water rises.
Oh yeah. Oh gosh, I gotta get to you somehow. Ooh.
Oh my god, that was so stressful.
Don't worry about it. Be not afraid.
Okay, there we go.
Oh no. Oh god. Okay, hold on. I'll get to you in a second here. Other things, social dances, board games. That was in part just because I went to like a super nerdy high school and all of my other nerdy friends loved board games. Also, that's how I discovered like D&D, like TTRPGs and role playing. Video games just like happened. I don't really know why. I had a lot of friends who, in hindsight, we were all neurodivergent and like clung to each other, and they were super into video games. So, like that just used to be my life.
I love this so much.
Haha, we did it!
We did it!
We did it! Hooray!
If you could go back in time and motivate your past self, what would you say or do?
I would probably say, like, you do not need the quote-unquote like love and affection of someone else to be worthy of anything. High school was like very tumultuous, but I had like things together also at the same time. It was very weird. So I'd probably say, like, avoid this person. They're not worth it. You are not your grades, and avoid this person specifically. You do not need them.
Oh no, they just got a goal.
No! No!
I got it. No! Dive, dive, dive!
Please go in, please go in!
Yes! Okay, that's another one for us. This Mr. Krabs is really good, which scares me.
Okay. We just need to prevent this.
Oh god. Oh, that was all you. That was beautiful. Oh, we qualified! I thought they had another goal on us.
The other thing I would, like, go back and tell myself, motivate myself, is, like, college was really hard for me. Like, I realized I had a lot of mental health issues and, like, was a burnout kid, like, way too late in the game. I, like, wasn't taking care of myself as much as I could have been. There are certain ambitions that I could have let go and others that I really should have latched onto. I really miss, doing environmental science in some capacity. And I'm in a really hard place where it's, like, hard to get back into it now.
Okay, so do not step on the flower tiles. I'm doing it to screw over the other people. The thing you want to get good at is just jumping diagonally between the tiles. Also,
Okay.
if you notice that the overall like color platform is moving, you need to get the heck out of there.
Oh god, okay.
I did. I just told him. So yeah, just move diagonally. You don't really need to worry too much about the tentacles, honestly. They're not that big of a threat, but you really need to pay attention to if the entire platform is starting to move.
Speaking of tentacles, yeah, like, I think I just would, like, want to go back. Like, I would want to go back into research and, like, try to keep myself from, like, falling out of it, because I kind of just, like, let myself fall out of, like, doing, like, ocean ecology and, like, other types of, like, research that I was interested in. And that's for sure, like, something that I would want to, like, motivate myself to do. Hey, yo, look at those crowns! Wow, I went up, like, 2 from
Hell
that.
yeah.
Let's go. Let's do that again.
Right? See, and the thing is, we're having a whole ass interview. Everyone we went up against, they were not having an interview. They were not having to look back into their mind palace and, like, think. Sort of on the subject of, can I say oceanography?
Oceanography is different from, like, coastal ecology and other types of oceans research. Oceanography is very, like, physical sciences, and I'm terrible at physical. Like, I'm terrible at physics. I'm terrible at chemistry.
Gotcha.
Like, the only chemistry I ever did well in was, like, ocean biochemistry.
I think physics is one of those classes where you take it and you're like, what is going on? What is life? Who am I? Why am I here? We're not doing as hot as we did last time.
I have been at this ending platform for, like, 10 years.
Well, I'm about to join you at this ending platform for the next 10 years. Yeah, if you get in here, like, soon, I think you can grab. There's so many platforms in this game where I'm just like, you can grab. No. Why do we keep screwing you over? This is sad.
Did we qualify?
Not at all. Nope.
Not at all. All right, cool.
What is the importance of environmentalism to you? What does it mean to you?
I think part of it is, like, there's, like, obviously the concern of, like, climate change. We, like, live in a world that, like, industry has not been taken care of for, like, long enough that it is, like, already in imminent danger to a lot of people, and will only get worse if we don't, like, reevaluate how we interact with, like, our world and, like, decide to extract from it. Because right now, like, we're very much, like, over extracting and kind of abusing in a sense. And there's a lot of really amazing ways to, like, exist and develop, like, with nature. Like, we are humans, we are part of nature, and we're trying not to be so hard that we're destroying everything about it.
Right.
And so part of it for me is, like, that, like, looking at, like, how do we improve our relationships with, like, the earth from which we came? And then another part of it is like environmental justice, and like I come from cultures that are like very much attuned to like nature. Like I'm Hawaiian, I grew up on an island for like a really long time. Like understanding like your world around you was instrumental for like culture, for like food, like your actual like what you eat every day or not. And then like historical interactions with the environment and how it's changed, like how imperialism or colonialism like interacted with like my people and like locations, like how that changed our relationships with the environment, blah 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 blah. I started off thinking about the environment just with like my grandmother taking me to the beach and pointing out trash that people left and being like, this is gonna go into the ocean and it can hurt something, and that can in turn like hurt you later. And so thinking about it like reciprocal like relationships too. Just like, I love going to the beach. I don't want to like one day not be able to go to the beach and see all of the beautiful other like living things there because someone decided they weren't worth it. So I started with like waste and recycling, and then eventually learned like a lot more about like the energy sector, and like that led to like fossil fuels and talking about climate and like natural resources, etc. So I don't know, I think environmentalism is like technically something that like is a part of everyone's life. It's just a matter of how much they are aware of that fact and like how actively they choose to engage with different aspects of that. This Lily Leapers is so hard for me. All right, okay, we're gonna do this. Speaking of the nature,
I believe in you.
and having a reciprocal relationship with it. So for me, it's like an important like aspect of like understanding my world and like how are we going to like interact with it in ways that like are safer both for us and for the like ecosystems we are in.
I was gonna bring up this Twitter video that you had retweeted recently. Can you talk more about that?
Yeah, so it was just like a little like someone like made like a model demonstration. Like they made like a little wave machine. They had the water, they had like these trees, and then they had like a coast, like all like a little manufactured model. And it like shows you like mangroves are super cool. There's like a lot of aspects of nature like this. Like wetlands are super important for like coastal safety and like protection from storms and flooding, etc. And mangroves are a fun example because you get like heightened like wave storm basically like damages when you get rid of like natural environments between like you, the coast, like your cities or your homes and like the coast. The waves break on those mangroves. The mangroves like become an ecosystem like service not only to humans, but there's also like they're fostering, like they're the homes and habitats for other creatures, probably ones that like people living on that coast would eat, etc. I was thinking about it in this like I like saw it, I was like, ah yes, I love nature. And then I was thinking about it from like a world building perspective, because that's also something that's like interesting to me about fantasy and like other like fiction is like, well, how are you incorporating your environment? Because that's like such an important part of like any like living being or story. So like environmentalism for me is like, it's about survival, it's about like culture, it's about like justice. It like brings a sense of peace to me to like know a little bit more about like where I am, who I'm around, like remembering how beautiful things are, how diverse they are. Oh, I managed to make it on that top row. Heck yeah.
Oh, the top row is actually slower.
There, but you have the chance for gold.
It ends up, because it's slow, the value of going up top is not as high. The design behind it, the idea is solid. It's supposed to be that the top is slower, but there are more rings. But because you are more or less guaranteed a gold just the normal way.
Wait, where are you guaranteed a gold the normal way?
Well, not like guaranteed, but like there's the gold. It ends up just being faster to do the short route over and over. I have a great question that sort of segues between that and what you were about to bring up. So you are a storyteller, and I was curious to know, what's your process for coming up with stories, and what do you draw from for inspiration?
I like to write these like little rant poems. I just kind of like, a lot of my writing is actually, I don't do a lot of writing, funnily enough.
Heck.
I'm like, I love storytelling. I know, it's like, I love storytelling, I love story games. I love like thinking about like worlds and how we interact with them, either environmentally, like socially, like social justice, etc., etc. But I don't actually do like a lot of writing myself. I do a lot of like consuming, and then very occasionally I will have like these moments where like I just have to get something out of my soul, and it leads to me writing like poetry or short stories or like D&D campaigns or lore and songs too. Although I'm like a terrible musician, so I don't actually like realize a lot of those songs. I was like literally just like writing like a poem about how I like want to be a storyteller, and like that has been like in a way a part of my identity for a long time, but I hold myself back a lot. It's like hard to get the words out. And that's like in part tied to motivation and what I now realize to be like ADHD. So like it's hard. I think part of my motivation comes from like when I actually managed to like be like a good little, you know, a good little siren trying to work on my mental health and like actually go the heck outside in like a time of peace and not just a time of work. And I just free write. Honestly, a lot of it is just free writing. The actual motivation comes from like the natural world or music a lot of times. I don't like write fanfics, but I know that like a lot like a big trope in fanfic writing, for example, is like writing to a song. I don't do like that necessarily ever, but I do. Music is just like a big like life inspiration for me in general. It's I think it's a good way of reading a book or like seeing a play can like help you see a bit into how other people are, like their souls, like their emotions, their like stories. Music does the same thing. Ugh. Okay, sorry, I'm like trying to get up here. I can do it. I can do it. Okay. Whew. I can think again. So yeah, I don't know. A lot of my inspiration comes from like my friends, music, from like the natural world around me. I'm also very big like folk tales, fairy tales, legends from different cultures. I just like consumed the heck out of all of that. And I think fantasy specifically is a genre that calls to me a lot. It's fantastical and different and whimsical or like terrifying, but that's all just a reflection of how we see our own world turned up a notch in different aesthetics. Where's our screen? Okay. There it is. I can see things.
I can see things on the screen. Oh, coffee. Bean juice.
Bean juice. Do you drink a lot of bean juice?
I literally finished drinking some bean juice, like an hour ago. Made a cup of coffee for myself.
Oh, are they the last two? Are they not on the same team?
No, I think it was this. I think it was the Squidward was with the Mr. Krabs.
Push. And they're wrestling. They're wrestling.
They're
wrestling. Who will win? Mr. Krabs or Robo?
Oh, the tentacle.
Robos are on the run.
Oh, Mr. Krabs in the air. Oh.
Congrats to SpongeBob and SpongeBob only. He-Man Squidward, actually.
He-Man Squidward. Beautiful. Squidward
the
has the
crossover
power.
we didn't know we needed.
This is incredible. They play so yeah. What is something, because we've all been inspired, I feel like our generation has been inspired by creators before us, right? What is something you wish to inspire in anyone watching your videos or your content?
The reason I am doing what I'm doing right now is because I want to like practice having my voice and like allowing myself to have that voice and to like be kinder to myself and to like try new things, to talk about environmental justice issues, talk about trans people are people, like queer people deserve like love, we're people too. So I think like part of it is like maybe I hope people can like be inspired for like some amount of like self-acceptance. If not that, then like learning a new perspective. There's like a lot of little ways to be mean to yourself, I think, and I'm like trying to learn little ways to be kind to myself, and that like in part just includes like actually letting myself speak and not be perfect. Dang it, I fell off the world.
It is bottom left.
Bottom left. Wahoo!
Nice.
I guess I hope I can inspire people to sing a little more in their daily lives, to think about environmental justice or social justice issues, and to like be kind to each other.
Hell yeah! I'm glad to see, by the way, Delighted Pants made it through. Shout out to Delighted Pants.
Oh, careful.
Nah.
Rude.
This guy's a chump. I'm not scared of them.
This guy's a chump.
Okay, we're gonna spin. We're friends now.
Ah, that's some good sax.
Yeah. Who is this? Ancient with a underscore?
Ancient 2 N's underscore.
Hell yeah.
Idle Games athlete.
Hell yeah. Well, while we are waiting for this round to continue, continuing on, your username is alluringAllegro.
Oh yeah, it is.
I know the story, or I know of, basically. How did you land on Alluring Allegro?
Oh boy. Let me sing you the song of my people.
Oh boy.
You can't fight the Homestuck. It was always burning since the world's been turning. I was a Homestuck kid. I had a friend in high school who like was into it and like is the person who got me into like webcomic, a lot of online nerd culture, Tumblr, going to like comic book conventions, anime conventions. And so this person showed me Homestuck. I like just like read it all over a summer and then continued to like read it as it like continued because back in the day it wasn't finished. And they have a system where like the characters like use this thing called like Pester Chum to like message each other before Discord was like cool. And the naming convention had to do with like, so like, you know, like the name for like DNA proteins, you know, Gattaca, you got your GTAC situation. So everyone's like usernames started with compound 2 words, each word starting with one of those letters. And so I was like, cool, we're gonna like, we all like Homestuck, my friends and I, we're gonna do a Homestuck RP. And we're like, we're gonna make our own like self-insert characters and we're gonna come up with Pester Chum usernames. And we're gonna like try to make little like 8-bit art and like write back and forth to each other. And I was like, I want mine to be music related. And so the first word that I really like kind of latched onto was Allegro. I was like, I like this. This is a good word. I was like, you know what's another fun word? Alluring. Can you tell I was a theater kid?
Oh boy, can I?
And so my thing was Alluring Allegro. And like, it's funny because like the haircut I have now, like I did not have when I was younger. Like I was not allowed to cut my hair shorter. So like I had like my shorter like pyramid cut, like my little person did. I had like a red motif. I had like a treble clef like on all my stuff and my nickname was Alluring Allegro. And so yeah, and that it's just stuck forever. Then it became my like League of Legends username. I started using it for like Steam, and then it's followed me ever since. I will forever be branded a Homestuck. And honestly, not ashamed.
Cringe culture is dead.
Cringe culture is dead.
Hey Allegro.
Yeah.
If my subjects want to learn more about Homestuck / environmentalism / role-playing games and all of your jazz, where can they go to learn more about you?
They can find me on mostly the Twitter and the Twitch right now, twitch.tv/alluringAllegro. I stream games, I talk about random things, and I sing like a broken jukebox. I'm on Twitter. Sometimes I talk about things I'm into, mostly TTRPGs and like video games and my stream schedules. And then hopefully at some point by the time this video comes out, I will have some TikTok and YouTube stuff going on. Mostly just like little shorts and bits so you can see some of the funniest, weirdest moments we have in the music box.
Hell yeah.
At Alluring Allegro, to be clear.
Before we wrap up, is there anything you'd like to say? Anything at all? Let your voice be heard.
Let my voice be heard. That was a little bit of the motif of earlier, huh? Mm-hmm. Sing your heart out, kids. Love each other. Sometimes that's hard. Do it anyways. Suck it up. With love, Allegro.
All right, that's gonna wrap it up. Thank you so much, Allegro, for playing with us. We're gonna leave this round in limbo. Who knows if we win? I've been Prince Raglan. This is the part where you say I've been Alluring Allegro.
Oh, okay. I've been Alluring Allegro. I hope
we are ending the recording now. Okay, bye.
Okay, bye.